What is up, everyone? We had some huge news drop last night. Actually, as I was going to bed, I was like, should I get up and make a video? But I was like, no, I want to go to bed. I'm doing this in one take, no edits, anything like that. So if I mispronounce something, if I can't pronounce something, if something sounds weird, it's my own fault. It's early for me. But we have some developer notes of the game's progression. There is a lot to go over, so we're just going to get right into it, guys. If you like the channel, if you like any of my content, if you like watching me over on Twitch or on YouTube or over on Kick, please give me a like and a follow. Give me a subscribe on YouTube, comment on the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel. I'm trying to grow. So let's get right into what is happening in Chrono Odyssey. This is actually going to be quite interesting to see. I want to see if I can play this in the background while we're looking. Ah, there we go. So, developer notes number 2, end of closed beta part 2. Hello, this is the Chrono Odyssey development team. As a continuation of part 1, this follow-up developer note will cover additional areas we're actively working to improve. What will be addressed? Dressing R. Oh my god. There hasn't been enough coffee for me this morning. There has not been. Combat systems 2 out of 2. Content and open world, progression and gameplay flexibility, technical stability, art and design, UI and UX, balance, social features, in-game guidance, sound, narrative. That's a lot. That is a lot. Before we dive into details, we'd like to once again thank everyone who joined for recent closed beta and took the time to share their feedback. As always, your insights and suggestions are deeply appreciated as they play a pivotal role in refining Chrono Odyssey and shaping the journey ahead. Full details, please check the notes. Let's go right to the notes. Developer notes, end of closed beta. As you can see, this is lengthy. This is lengthy. Am I going to try to break it down into each individual section? Oh god, I don't know. We're going to try and get through it as fast as we can. I don't know how long this is going to take, but let's get right into it. So, input and responsiveness. This is mostly, you know, the combat response, weapon swapping, some content felt sluggish latency issues. Yep. We'll plan on adjusting interruption timing movements. Buffing the window inputs significantly. Okay, colors and effects across interactions. Cool. A system level feedback will be added. Players attempt to cancel a non-interruptible action. System level feedback cue will be added when players. Okay, system level feedback cue will be added when players attempt to cancel out a non-interruptible action. Okay. To further improve responsiveness. Yeah, okay, so basically combat responsive controller, keyboard, mouse experience issues. UI was designed with either control scheme in mind, resulting in inconsistent, uncomfortable experiences. Minigame interactions were developed around controller input, making keyboard and mouse feel unintuitive. I didn't find that, not gonna lie. I found it fine. Controller users experience difficulty with range targeting. Yeah, I can see that. UX will be optimized specifically for keyboard and mouse environments. Hold interactions which commonly use controller inputs be minimized or removed. I mean, that saves on like getting through progression, I guess. Controller will be optimized for specific controller environments. UI page and community mapping. Inventory will be okay. Okay, so it's okay, so it's just like little tweaks of stuff that they need to do. Minimize essential functions to remove unnecessary buttons. Okay, to support personal customize key mapping options of various input settings. Okay, that's just key bindings. Improving the lock-on feature. Skills next to target lock-on enemies. Okay, just pretty simple. Hit feedback issues. Monsters exceptionally high stagger thresholds, resulting in weak reactions and reduced sense of impact. Okay. Crowd control effects extremely short durations, making it difficult to take advantage of. Said okay, so okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. Reactions will occur. Yep. Enemy attack patterns will adjust for varied player responses, such as parrying. Yeah, I felt like when you stagger, when you do something, like the enemy attacked so fast that you couldn't respond fast enough. I did find that, so that was that's good. Let me clear my throat because I'm not long awake. I was late going to bed, and I was early getting up, so that's why my voice is a little raspy. I'm trying to get coffee into me, but it's probably going to be a multi-coffee kind of day. I'm not gonna lie. All enemy hit reactions will be reviewed to identify missing animations, which will be implemented as needed. Hit reaction behaviors will be standard across monster types, support experiences-based learning, improve clarity encounters. Damage floaters HP bar animations will be enhanced to make successful. Okay. So far it's literally just like little tweaks that they're making to the game to make it feel more optimized. Performance issues, damage feedback felt weak, reducing sense of impact when taking hits. Incoming damage often went unnoticed when players were interacting with menus. Misaligned hitboxes, nail latency comes that didn't match what displayed on screen. Okay, so damage notifications will be improved. Enemy attack motions, visual effects, hitboxes will be aligned. Client server response time optimized. So this is just optimization. That's all they're working on: optimization and better visualization and notification of things that are going on. Skill synergies. Skill changing felt difficult to execute to lack of synergy between abilities. Passive skills enhancements were often more efficient, reducing incentive to achieve skill combos. This actually, yeah, I felt more in tune to the passives than the actual skills themselves. Which is, yeah. So basically they're basically going to give this a little bit of overhaul. Skill system will be refined, wider range of play styles. Each weapon will support 4 different combat styles. Synergies will be limited to single skill. Synergies will not be limited to a single weapon. Skills across different weapons will link together, opening up various combinations. We will continue to develop chaining and progression systems over time, reinforcing the structure. Yeah, so to keep an eye on it, they're going to optimize and balance skill system. Skill description and indicators. Some skill descriptions were too long and too hard to understand. Sure. I didn't find that. It was unclear. The effects corresponded to each buff icon. Okay. Custom deals had visibility issues, and it was hard to track their duration. Yeah. Chrono Texture summon ability lacked in-game guides. Yeah. I didn't even know how to bring up. I didn't even know how to change my Chrono Texture's ability. Let alone, I was like, don't I have another skill? I couldn't figure it out. Anyway. So basically we're gonna make improvements to that. HUD summon UI will be updated. The skill descriptions will be redefined. Yeah. Class balance. All classes currently share similar roles. Tank, healer, DPS lacking distinct identity. Range classes are easier to play compared to melee classes. Yep. Found that. But I also found both fun to play. I never had major gripes with the game. Like, I think the game, I'm not gonna lie, I will play the game now as it is and just let them fucking do what they need to do. I would, honest to God. Like, I'm that person. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I can play the game. The game is in a shitty kind of playable state, but you know what? You do you. Just let me play the game. I don't care. Monster AI does not pose a meaningful threat to range classes. I guess. Yeah. There's significant balance discrepancies between 3 weapons. I mean, if you're doing enough damage as a ranged player, they're going to come after you. I found that's what was happening to me. If I was doing decent damage, or you know what I mean, like in comparison to like the people that was around me, I would take aggro on the boss. Monster will be improved, ensure merchants response more effectively to range attacks. Introducing the matrix system in the skill tree nodes. The matrix will allow players to choose specific roles for each weapon, reinforcing combat style identity. Even when using the same weapon, players will be able to choose from 4 distinct styles based on their progression path. Based on progression paths, the same skill may deliver a different combat experience. With the introduction of the matrix system, all classes will be relevant for combat balance. Love that. I love that, because as a person, I don't like meta. Now, is there going to be a meta in this game? Absolutely. People will find what meta is. I don't like meta. I hate being meta. It drives me. But I get it. But at the same time, I hope the game and the community don't condone you for playing something off meta. Weapon swapping. Weapon swap felt delayed. It was. Pressing the weapon swap key multiple times could cue several inputs. It could. Swapping weapons during combat, it was difficult to recognize which weapon was currently used. Yes and no. If you're using, like, I don't know. No. Yeah. If you're doing like bow and crossbow, but like it's, I don't know. Just pay attention. I mean, no. Yeah. It's either using 2 hands or use them one-handed. It's not that difficult to pay attention. But you know, whatever, okay. Skill recovery times will be reduced. Slow weapons swap during... Wait. Skill recovery times will be reduced to allow smoother weapon swaps during ongoing skill animations. Okay. The buffer window for weapon swap will be shortened to less than 1 second so that swaps feel more responsive. That's going to be... Okay. It's gonna be fast. A short cooldown will be applied to swaps, preventing unintended double swaps. So yeah, once you swap, there'll probably be like a little, like obviously it'll be a little buffer before you can swap again. So you can't be like click, click, click. I mean, just, you know, short weapon. Basically, you know what? Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2. Here we go. Combat depth pacing. When you swap in Guild Wars 2, there's a little cooldown, right? HG, the HUD design for weapon swaps will be enhanced to improve visibility, blah, 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 yeah. But the swapping and the cooldown between swapping is basically what Guild Wars 2 is. Combat depth and pacing. Combat patterns focus too heavily on dodging and attacking, making encounters feel simplistic and repetitive. All classes offer similar combat experiences. Weakening classes identify and varying. Lack of proper hit and damage feedback. All can just feel similar. Awkward enemy AI animation. So basically, it's just optimization, and yeah, EI. Enemy AI will be adjusted to react to player movement rather than solely following on priority-based actions and sequences. Oh, so they're going to allow. I wonder if they're going to allow the enemy to. Is there going to be an AI question? Is there an AI element in this game that the enemy will learn how you're attacking? That will be cool. Enemy AI will be adjusted to react to player movement rather than solely following priority-based action sequences. So instead of following, I'm going to do a large swing, I'm going to do a leap and swing, I'm going to do a leap and a triple swing, I'm going to do a thrust. It's going to react to how you move? Yeah. Wind-up animations for enemy skills inflicting knockback stuns and knockdowns will be improved. So yeah, optimization, visual opposite. Yep. Matrix system will introduce various combat styles for players using the same weapons. Cool. Through the Matrix system, players will be able to create and combine various builds that match different preferences. Okay, so combat seems like they're trying to really emphasize on playing how you want to play. Enemy patterns. Combat difficulty felt unintentionally high due to unclear attack telegraphs, making it difficult to time dodge attacks. I mean, Elder Scrolls? Not Elder Scrolls. Dark Souls? The game felt very... I'd never played Dark Souls, but I've watched enough of the gameplay to tell that this game is Dark Souls combat If something's coming at you, dodge. But they need to optimize it so you can dodge properly. Oh god. Monsters with subtle pre-attack motions will have more noticeable animations, make it easier to players to anticipate. FOV sensitivity settings will improve players a clear view of enemy movement, patterns, wide hitboxes, or long tracking sequences will be adjusted to make it easier to dodge. Players will no longer be instantly defeated by bosses unless they're significantly under-leveled. I mean, that's how it should be. But also, even if you are of level the boss, if you're not going to be able to play the game properly, you're going to die. You could be at the level that you need to be, but if you're not going to play and dodge and do what you need to do, you can't face tank. They don't want you to face tank anything. That's the thing. Camera FOV, camera movement and angles. So this is basically, I'm not going to go over this. This is basically, you know, camera movement, stuttering, zooming, all that stuff. Smoother movements, attack skills will be, yeah. So it's camera, pretty self-explanatory. Enemy AI and response. If you want to, I will pause here. I'll just pause if you want to read it. But yeah, enemy AI responsive time. Aggro detection and response times were too slow, reducing combat tension and immersion. Enemies often fail to react immediately after taking damage or spotting a player. I mean, I'm okay with that. It could just be like, oh, what's hitting me? While I'm shooting arrows or firing fireballs in their butthole. Enemies sometimes stop acting. Let me kill you before you notice me. Enemies sometimes stop acting mid-combat, breaking the flow of battle. Yeah, I found that kind of weird. AI behavior was overly simple and predictable. Some enemies will get stuck on walls. I mean, that's proper gaming right there. You try to figure out how you can exploit the enemy so you can kill it easier. Don't fix this. Leave this. We want to cheese things. Don't fix this. Monsters will calculate target distance rather than pushing, aggro detection, enemy attack behavior, additional crowd control abilities. In accordance with the changes above, enemies will have a clearer wand of animation. So yeah, optimization, visualization, I think. Difficulty, PvE. Players encountered sharp difficulty spikes when entering certain content too early. That's not an issue. That's a game. That's a game. If you're going to try to go into content too early, yeah. If you're not geared or leveled, you shouldn't be doing it. Oh god, please don't. Please don't. Lack of guidance on recommendation levels to clear a progression path cause players to give up. Okay, yeah. The game's non-linear design contribute to uneven... I mean, god damn it. Okay. Let me just read. Our plan. Players will now reach first Chrono Gate around level 5 instead of level 3. Okay. In addition, progression paths will be introduced before entering the first Chrono Gate. Players will have the option to enter the first Chrono Gate alongside an NPC for support. This is actually pretty neat. Okay, I'm not mad at this. So you'll have a little help when going into this one. So it gives you a little buffer. We're not helping you on the next ones. Solo party content. Solo party content will have clearer rules and revised patterns. Solo content such as Chrono Gates, Labyrinths, and Trials will be redesigned with deeper technical combat rather than fighting enemy mobs. Okay. Party content such as expeditions and time portals will feature varied missions objectives that emphasize strategic role-based gameplay. Okay. Core content will now focus on guns and party size. Core content will now include guns for recommended party size, level range, and gear score. Okay. I don't want them to hold your hand. I don't want them to hold my hand too much. It's just gonna be like every game. Pick up the quest, go here, do the quest, turn it in, get rewards. Next quest. I don't want that. Ugh. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it will be fine. The combat is what's going to save the game. The combat is really good. It needs work, but it's good. I just don't want them to hold our hand too much. That's all. Combat UI, UI elements, brighter visuals. So this is just optimization, combat, visualization stuff that, if you want, will You know, screen shake, skill effects. So they're gonna glow effects. Players will now have options to toggle combat visuals. Like this is all, yeah. Duels, PvP is not going to be my focus at all for doing any content for this game. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not a huge PvPer. I love PvE in every single game. So we'll just leave this here. Duels, if you want to go over it, you can read it. This is for you. I'm pausing for you. Okay, that's enough. Content and open world. So we have world, region structure, navigation, interactions, exploration, rewards, local quests, dungeons, open world, content. Content and density and regional distinction. Low content density and lack of regional distinctions led to underutilized areas and reduced immersion. Okay. So they're really trying to, I guess, they're gonna really try to emphasize and help players. We'll be increasing content density throughout the world, so making you explore more, help players navigate through the world more easily, hold your hand a little bit more. Gathering materials such as herbs and ores will have clear texture. Yes, thank you. We'll be adding scenic viewpoints. Oh, vistas. Guild Wars 2. Gardens elements will add to travel paths to help players discover more content. Gardens elements will be added to travel paths to help players discover core content such as Chrono Gates. Oh, okay, so like if you're on a path and there's something close, maybe there's an identifier saying like, oh, there's a Chrono Gate near, or maybe a sign be like, oh, what's this crazy thing over here? Come see it. Anyway, bland and repetitive map design. What? Despite the expansive open world, terrain textures felt repetitive and underwhelming. The environmental details and lack of polish create. I mean, optimization of visualizations, yes, okay. But I loved the look of the world. Like when we came across the second area for the second Chrono Gate, what in the hell? What in the Prometheus is this? Like, I loved the environments. I loved the environments. Sorry. I'll pause so you can read it, but I never felt like it was bland, but whatever. Regional structure, disjointed regional transitions, and unintuitive pathing. Players often got lost due to unintuitive pathing in certain regions. Many players were unaware of the in return feature. I actually did not know about the in feature. If there's anything that you really should have a quest for in the main story, quest is, by the way, you can attune to this inn and you can return. I was like, is there a fast travel return? Didn't know there was an inn thing, the same thing as New World. Did not know. Didn't know. Found it out like 2 days in. Okay. World map issues, lack of terrain, and altitude indicators made it difficult for players to navigate the world map. So I guess they're looking at, they're going to add different style textures in the world map to show elevation, I guess. That's what that means. Compass will now include altitude indicators, up and down. Okay, that's, yeah, okay. Areas will be visually different. The players can identify points of interest. What is a point of interest? Well, what is a point of interest? Is a point of interest. Jesus. Explore unexplored content, clearly marked with the world map to help track exploration. We'll be enhancing the quest tracker to provide better guidance on how. However, for certain quests, guidance will only be extended to a general area to encourage exploration. Yes, thank you. Players will be able to place additional custom markers. That's good. Inconsistencies between terrain. Yeah, okay. POI exploration. POI often. Oh, what is POI? Oh, that's point of interest. I was like, what do you mean by point of interest? I didn't. Yeah. Meaningful content rewards led to disappointing experience. I mean, I explored, man. I don't know what's wrong with half the people. I thought, like, I felt the need to explore. Well, interesting in case there. Okay, that's cool. More hidden things, more things, you know. But I just felt I liked exploring, just explore. Like, oh, what's this? Oh, look at this area. Oh, this is pretty. That's how. Yes, okay. It would be cool if there was encounters and hidden caves and gathering opportunities. Okay, that would make it better. But I was still like, ooh, ah. Like, you know what I mean? Navigation, difficult to distinguish terrain due to lack of visuals. Players often wasted time attempting to climb a non-traversable terrain. I did. Yeah, I did. Interactions, gathering feedback. Gathering felt fine. It just needs to be polished. That's interaction improvements. Interacting elements could be triggered from specific positions, hindering gameplay experience. Yeah, that was kind of weird. You'd be doing something, you'd press F, and then all of a sudden you'd do something else, or you'd gather, and you're like, what the fuck? So yeah, exploration rewards, reward value. I mean, all right, so they're going to increase rewards, content engagement rewards. Okay, self-explanatory. Local quest, repetitive quest structure. Yeah, you know, quest rewards, self-explanatory. Dungeons. One-dimensional dungeon structure issues. The current dungeon experience leans too heavily on combat, whether in solo or party play. While solo dungeons receive positive feedback, the overall experience still lack depth and polish. Our plan: expedition dungeons. We're introducing randomized gimmicks to make each one feel unique. Okay. Depending on the path you take, you'll encounter different bosses. Okay. To encounter replayability, additional rewards will be granted completing the same dungeon multiple times. Okay. Trials are enhancing overall atmosphere. Trials and layout and variety across chambers. A new card system is underway, offering buffs. So basically, Lost Ark. Reveal points. More reveal points added, allowing players to restart from the middle of instead. Okay, or revival points. Sorry. So checkpoints. Levels will be replaced with platform style buttons to keep gameplay flowing smooth. Platform style, so that means you, instead of pulling a lever, you'll step on a button. Okay. I mean, why not just have both? Yeah, why not have both? Either way. Each one will include various combat styles, time portals, chrono gates, to support replayability. We'll be adding accomplishments and achievements, exclusive rewards. Okay, that's cool. Okay. While combat large-scale combat visibility, there were difficulties understanding what was happening on screen during large-scale battles. During field boss fights, in particular, skill effects often cause major Dude, I didn't know. No, I did not find that. I'm not gonna lie. Now, maybe as it got longer, but these field bosses are huge. If you don't see what this thing is doing, or pay attention to its attack patterns, these things were huge, dude. Either way, you can hide skill effects, which is in most MMOs. Certain skills with disruptive visibilities will be additionally, certain class skills with destructive visuals will be adjusted to reduce clutter during combat. I hope they don't reduce what these skills look like, making them look lackluster, you know what I mean? I hope that's not what they're going to do. Rewards and loot notifications. I mean, self-explanatory. Progression, gameplay flexibility, stat progression, gear enhancements, crafting. Okay, so this is all. Okay, stat effects. The lack of clear explanation for each stat led to confusion. Yeah, sure. So more descriptive. Repetitive farming. I mean, you're gonna have to farm stuff repetitively to get what you need to get. Repetitive farming loops cause the game to feel stale over time. Core content like dungeons. I mean, he's old. I mean, if you're gonna farm loot and craft stuff, like, how different do you want the game to be as you're starting off and going in through the game? You know what I mean? Do you want to have a different experience every single time you make a new character? Is that what you want? But how do you achieve that? Right? How do you achieve that without making multiple branches of everything to achieve that? Core content like dungeons lacked replayability with each run. I guess this is what, so this repetitive farming is going to come back up here to the dungeon structure. So when you go into dungeons, they're going, like, as your progression, I guess this is answers the question I just said. They're going to make things seem a bit different each time you go in. So that's what's going to make it seem, yeah. Due to the constraints of closed beta, test players did not have opportunity to experience different gear setups. So yeah, like seriously, it was a closed beta, guys. We didn't even get a portion, not even like a quarter of the game. Like, but they're gonna make improvements to make it seem better, I guess. But I guess making improvements starting off this early will just make the progression of crafting seem better later on. Enhancements in crafting, obtaining enhancement materials with gold, and having 100% success rate made the overall experience less exciting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Instead of making it a repetitive process, enhancement materials will be given out as a one-time reward. Players will now be able to find enhancement materials by exploring the world. Oh, okay. Ooh. I thought this was going to be like, oh, by the way, now we're going to add a pity system. That's what I thought. Please hold. We don't know yet. Crafting interface. The crafting interface lacked proper guidance, making it difficult for players to understand how the system worked, which made materials. No, I didn't find that. I didn't find that at all. It was not the most, you know, descriptive of things, but it's, you know, it was fine. If you've read it, you'd understand it. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. If you read the screen and you had your materials up top, you clicked on it, and your materials drop down, you click on that, it tell you which levels and what you needed. There wasn't nothing. But yeah, okay, they're gonna like update and make it more descriptive. I don't know. Gear and skill presets, self-explanatory. Change out different presets. Gathering and crafting. Crafting results often felt unbelievable compared to the value of materials consumed. Gathering felt overly repetitive, making it overall. I mean, it's gathering. What else? What else do you want? What do you want? I mean, do you want different gathering animations like Guild Wars? Gear and crafting UI expect a reflection. I mean, there probably will be. It will be. That's just it. They said they're gonna add multiple different things in the transaction store for cosmetics. So yeah, you will get different little gathering things later on. It's closed beta. Relax. Gear and crafting UI will be updated to better reflect the potential outcomes, both UI and visual effects. Blah blah blah. We're also improving the gathering animations. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Technical stability bugs. During the closed beta, we identified a wide range of areas that need improvement, including combat systems, character animations, UI, UX, map navigation, quest progression, party mechanics, and more. We're actively reviewing all reported bugs and feedback, and may of the other issues already been tested. We surely appreciate everyone who took the time to share their thoughts and your feedback. Okay. So a lot of this I'm not really going to go over because we already went over this in another video. But they are making drastic improvements to the performance of the game. They know what's happening. They know what they need to do. Frame rates, lighting, instability issues, network delays, timings, effects and performance. They've gone over all of this in everything. Optimization, implement simplified optimization. Like they've gone over all of this stuff. World optimization, stuttering, again, lighting, stuttering, graphical issues. They've gone over it. Art, design, animations, visual style. The current UI feels generic and lack identity. They've gone over this. They're going to make changes to that. Character animations, movement issues. That was the thing. Movement felt weird. So they're going to resync animations, animation lock adjustments. I'm not really. I don't like animation lock. I don't like locked in animation things. So limited control, especially when returning to idle states, will be reduced. These adjustments will allow players to regain control more quickly and fluidity. That's good. Character movement speed adjusted to. I mean, I don't like it, but at the same, like the reason why I don't like it is I played a lot of Blade and Soul, which they have animation canceling, which allowed for That's just how the game was played. You can play the game with just clicking one button and another one. You even set up macros so your buttons click faster, so you do your animations faster, so you have animation canceling. So I'm used to that in Blade and Soul, but at the same time I understand animation lock, because realistically in certain situations when you're swinging a gigantic axe, when you swing that, the physics of it is going to make you swing. You gotta wait till you stop. I get it, it's annoying, but whatever. Character movement speed will be adjusted to improve responsiveness. Inertia will be easier to reduce or move or to prevent overextensions when stopping from high speeds. Yeah. By removing distance matching from regular movement and improving pivot behavior, we aim to ensure the animation direction. So this is character movements. Okay. UI, HUD, menu structure, quest navigation, and tutorial. This is self-explanatory. This is all self-explanatory. You're going to change your HUD size, your HUD visibility, your menu structure so it's easier to navigate. Quest navigation, also self-explanatory. Quest markers, tutorial. I mean, tutorial is a tutorial. They're going to make imbalance. They're going to improve it, make it easier. Balance, currency, gold. Players often require gold without clear guides of how or where to use it. The overall structure for earning and spending gold was underwhelming, making it difficult to use the currency effectively. Okay, this is I never even took notice to any of this. But okay, sure. Loot value, the gold value of loot was too low, making players feel that the rewards were meaningless. What do you mean? People didn't know how to spend their gold, but yet, oh, I didn't get enough gold for my loot. Meh. Anyway. They're gonna make improvements. They're gonna tell you how to spend your gold. Party system UI, social UI. Party system was not intuitive. I think we had a little trouble trying to get into party with me and my friend, but party UI notifications costs were lacking, making difficult players to coordinate effectively. Sure, I never really did. We didn't do crazy about the party play, so I can't really comment on that. But we could just take your word for it. Chat window, closing chat tab would always default to the window back to global chat, disturbing player experience. Really? This disturbed player experience. Okay. Anyway, it's chat window. They're going to make improvements on it. In-game guidance. The lack of detailed guidance for core systems content, making it difficult for players to understand progression mechanics. This is basically what they've gone over previously, what we have already discussed. So we're not going to go over all this again. They're going to hold your hand as much as they can, but without making it feel like they're literally going to coddle you and feed you with a bottle and then burp you afterwards. Oh God. Sound. Self-explanatory, to make stuff better. Narrative. The narrative of Chrono Odyssey is currently undergoing a complete overhaul. Our goal is to deliver a story that allows players to become more deeply immersed in the world and its lore. So game's coming out in 2030. Actually, you know what? Ashes of Creation might come out before this game now. No, I'm kidding. We don't know. So here's my take on this. This is a new company, guys. We don't know what the capabilities of this company is. This is a long, big fucking list. This is a big list. We don't know the capabilities of this company. We don't know how efficient this company is. So at the end of the day, I'm going to say, let them do their job. Let them cook. Let them see what they can pull out. And we will see them in the future. We hopefully will get an update between now and between September and December. Hopefully we'll get some kind of update then, and hopefully we will do. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't think the game will be released. They said they want to release it in 2025. I think they're going to release it in maybe first. I think they're going to release it maybe third quarter 2026. Yeah, summer of 2026. If this is what they're planning on doing, that's more realistic waiting period right now. I'm going to expect this game to come out next year and let them do what they have to do. Now, in saying that, we don't know what we don't know what the Chrono Odyssey development team is capable of. We don't know what their work capability is. So let them do what they have to do, and let's just enjoy the game when it comes out. Let them do what they have to do. Have patience. If you don't have patience, we'll go play something else. They don't care. You want to complain about the game taking too long to come out? 3/4 of us have been waiting for games like Ashes of Creation to come out. I'm going to be retired before that game comes out. My God. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, if you like the content, please subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up on the video, leave a comment. It really helps the channel. If you want to catch me over on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick on Live, my links will be in the description below. Thanks for watching. One take. Let's go. Chrono Odyssey. We're keeping an eye on you guys. We hope for the best. Have a good one, guys. Have the best day. See ya.